Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and for the next 2 weeks, we're coming to you from the Lake Sunapee Protective Association headquarters overlooking beautiful Sunapee Harbor. Today, we're focusing on education and the voting coming up next Tuesday. Winfried Fenneberg, the superintendent of the Kearsarge Regional School District, will join us for a State of the Schools interview, reflecting on the year of COVID-19 and how it has changed the way we educate. Jesse Tyler and Russell Holden from its Sunapee schools will join me to preview the ballot voting on the Central School proposal. And we'll close with Scott Blewett, the Sunapee Rec Director, to look at spring activities and more. Don't go away because you won't want to miss this week's edition of Yankee Chronicle. We'll be right back.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to protect yourself from the potential rising costs of fuel. The H.R. Clough Smart Pay Plan offers you the very best price. Call and talk to one of the expert staff about the right plan for you and your home. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host this week. Recently, we had a chance to sit down with Kearsarge Regional Superintendent Winfried Fenneberg to reflect on the past school year. We asked him to give an assessment of how things have progressed during this COVID-19 pandemic.
This has been a very challenging year for all educators in the Kearsarge district. That's probably an understatement. We've really been able to, since September, to offer a 5-day in-school experience for all those students that desire to be in school. There is a portion of our students that preferred, or their parents preferred, to learn remotely, and we have made arrangements for those students to get exactly the same program that the students in the classroom have. Our teachers have stretched themselves considerably in terms of acquiring new technology, new learning, new understanding of how to teach to kids that are in different environments, and all doing all of this virtually. So there may be an elementary classroom that has, due to space limitations, only 10 or 12 students in the room. There may be students next door that are supervised by another professional, another adult, but they are tied in virtually and through technology into the classroom. So they get instructed by the same teacher with the same material. And then on top of that, there may be 3 or 4 students that are at home. And they are tied in through technology with the same classroom. So we may have 3 learning environments that essentially are serviced by one teacher. And through technology, our Google Classroom programs, kids can actually go into breakout rooms. They can have their own study group from the 3 environments and can work on a project for 10-15 minutes and then come back and have a class discussion with everybody. Teacher sees everybody, the kids see each other and can see the teacher, And it's been an enormously successful. We've tried really hard to understand and to hear our teachers when they asked for new technology, when they asked for another screen, or they asked for a document camera, or just given the opportunity to plan. We have put in some planning days, sprinkled once a month throughout the year, just to make sure that teachers have an opportunity to catch up, consult with colleagues, and take the time to do it well. Because this, like we said earlier, nothing's how it used to be. Everything is new. So we are planning for graduation. We are planning for the rest of the year. We are also planning for September, because quite honestly, we are dealing with many factors, and a lot of them are unforeseeable. So we are planning for various scenarios. We have reached out to some of the students, student council. Our high school principal is working with his teachers and students to find out what is possible for a graduation. Obviously, we have committed to our reopening plan that has as its first priority safety, and then equity, and then quality, along with flexibility. Those are the 3 or 4 guiding principles that any event we have and every classroom we run has to fulfill those requirements. So graduation will be no different. If we can pull it off as a live event, and chances are good that we will have to plan carefully to make it a safe experience for everybody. As far as September, we don't know. We are certainly optimistic and hope that we can relax this to some extent, but public health and safety will drive that, drive the details. We just recently had a senior night where we managed to get all the parents of seniors the opportunity to witness one of the games. Again, the spaces were marked out and were at a safe distance, but it with a little creativity and goodwill, we were able to get all the parents that experience that really they should have and the kids should have, and we were successful with that. And our surrounding towns and the teams we compete with have by and large subscribed to the same parameters, so we're very thankful for that. If I could encourage everybody in our 7 communities, March 9th is voting day, election day for the school budget. We are grateful for the participation, and would encourage everybody who can and who feels safe enough to do so to vote and express that positive feedback to us if they could. We're certainly thankful for all the support we receive from our communities. COVID was a curveball nobody anticipated, and it really upset a lot of the educational practices that we have, and not all of them for the worse. There's some good things that came out of that as well, and we're going to keep the good things and hopefully get through the crisis as soon as we can.
Thanks, Winfried. Hopefully there are silver linings with what we have all learned and as we've adjusted to this difficult time. When we return, we'll be joined by the Sunapee School Superintendent Russell Holden and School Board President Jesse Tyler to preview the ballot issues related to the Sunapee Central School upgrade before next Tuesday's voting. Please stay with us.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. With more frequent major weather events, don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. H.R. Clough installs water conditioning systems to purify your water and add life to your hot water heating system. Now is the perfect time for one of our expert staff to evaluate your needs. For a free estimate, call H.R. Clough today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. We had a chance to catch up with the Sunapee School District's leadership for an update on the $10.6 million proposal to bring repairs and improvements to the Sunapee Elementary School. Here they are.
These projects to renovate schools often take many years, many tries. This is the 3rd year of recent effort to bring a plan forward. I'm proud to be associated with the plan and what the Capital Improvement Subcommittee of the board worked on with our consultants to bring a greatly reduced scale of project, a significant increase in value when we're in the $24.6 million range for a comprehensive K-12 school. We're focusing just on the critical life safety needs of the Sunapee Elementary School and some modernizing the 1928 part of the building and then doing a more modest addition. So we're excited to see through the learning over the years to come to this plan. We feel it's a very good plan for our voters to support.
I think this proposal, and Jesse had some great points, really brings the voters an opportunity to put an issue that has been in front of them for 20 plus years behind them. The price point of this at $10.6 million, I think, is one that's very palatable for the community. Also, with interest rates being at their lowest and all time, right now our current interest rate that we've been given is a 2% interest rate in January of 2021, went out at a 1.32%. Last year, folks may remember, on the $24 million proposal, the interest rate we were given was 3.25%. So we're going to save an extremely large sum of money just in interest rates if we're able to pass this bond. Obviously, this proposal is scaled down from last year's proposal, but it does give us the necessary space that we need to have flexible learning spaces within our elementary school. More importantly, and I think one of the big proponents of this for me, is the safety of our children. It now puts all our programs into one roof and keeps our children into one secure facility. It has an upgraded front entrance, upgraded administrative suite off the front entrance, and I think the safety component of this plan really will aid in keeping our children safe for many years to come.
I'd like to add a key part of the safety that has been a long-term discussion in town that this project addresses in a really comprehensive way is the Sunapee Elementary School is one of the last schools of its size in the state of New Hampshire that does not have mechanical ventilation. And then the other part of it is the boilers are past their useful life and been able to have with a great maintenance group keep bringing those forward. We would have a new biomass, which is the biomass also has high efficiency propane that would in one boiler system would feed both the Sherburne Gym, which needs boilers, and the Sunapee Elementary School, which needs the boilers. So we'd have high efficiency, cost saving on heat with a 5-year payback, so very quick payback on the investment, and we would address a couple different situations of inadequate inadequate ventilation and aging out boilers. So for that safety factor alone, it's a huge improvement, and it's done in a really thoughtful, cost-effective way.
The building was looked at by the Department of Education, and in an evaluation by the Department of Education, we were ranked 3rd overall. Normally you would think 3rd's a pretty good place to be, and as far as getting building aid it is, but as far as what it told us about our building is that the things that we've been talking about for the last 5 years here are the things that have now been recognized by someone from outside of the community. Not our consultants, these are folks that came in from the Department of Education, looked at our project, looked at our facilities, came up with the deficiencies, and then compared that list of deficiencies in rankings to 11 other school districts in the community, in the state that applied for building aid. And so Sunapee came out 3rd. Again, that look from an unbiased set of eyes really helped me feel really good about the work we've been doing over the last 3 years and saying, okay, we've identified these issues, we know we need to fix these issues, we've addressed them. Somebody from the outside now coming in and confirming that for us, I think was a really nice piece to have. Also puts us third on the building aid, which potentially could give us 30%, right now estimated at $3.1 million back on the project if the bond was passed in March.
So for folks to learn more, every document that the school board has been considering through this project is on the SAU 85.org site. So all of the documents are there for you to see. So there's 2 critical documents, just to follow with what Russ had said. There's the letter from the Department of Education talking about the rankings, where we are currently 3rd. That is not a good thing. State projects being considered 3rd worst life safety score. That's really hard for me as a board member, for the rest of the board, to really see the state saying, these are some dire needs and we're in consideration for funding. Within that list, it's very detailed, there was also recognition for the way the building has been maintained and cared for within this challenge of needing to modernize it and bring things up to code. So if people want to take a deeper dive on SAU85.org, we want you to look at the letter from the Department of Education. There's a separate document from the State Fire Marshal, who worked with our consultants at Banwell and EEI, and the Sunapee Town Fire Chief, which lists quite a bit of the other additional life safety concerns that we would be addressing. So anybody who wants to learn more can see that. There's also meeting minutes, meeting videos, and all of those things. So there's a wealth of information. The information we use, any taxpayer can look to learn more, and we encourage that.
One of the things I think this project really brings this year was the fact that the school board over the last 2 years have brought projects at $26 and $24 million to the voters. Both have been rejected. I think the school board really has done a nice job at listening that those price points were probably too high for people at this point in time. This year's project coming in at 10.6, I think really demonstrates to the community that the school board was listening.
I think it does reflect the listening, and from some of the different residents in town, some of the newer residents, and definitely some of the longer term, sort of the pillars of town, sharing their feedback that this feels like the right scale, this feels like a much more responsible price, it goes at these documented issues. That's a big part of the listening, but there was a part in the prior years, particularly last year, where there was discussion that we have to do something, do we do a single campus, do we not? There was a lot of concern that this is a historic building and what would happen to it, and that is an issue for towns. You can see it not too far from here. When a new school is built or it's closed or things are combined, what do you do with an old school building? And there was a lot of concern voiced last year that we weren't bringing this historic building forward and what would happen to it, what would it be used for, would it be a liability? An issue from last year also was the playing fields. We didn't have enough room on the campus to, the middle high school campus, to be able to have an addition and have the fields there. And land is a premium in Sunapee, and so a big enough area with multiple, 4+ acres to have playing fields drove an uncomfortable cost proposal. So the listening is definitely on the scale and the price, but it's also about this historic building on the hill that people wanted to see carry on, and willingness to spend money to fix the life safety issues, not spend it on the athletic fields, which as a voter, I think as a taxpayer, I think is remarkably reasonable. I like this plan because it reflects what so many citizens have said is important, and that's the price, and that's fixing the old building and bringing it forward. Our consultants have advised us that this level of investment in infrastructure fix should put the elementary school in good physical order for 50 years. So for me as a taxpayer, I feel very comfortable with the idea of this investment, and that's part of why we want to do this now. We have the low bond rates, the concise plan, all the documents are shared, you can see what we're thinking and why, and we really hope that the community can rally around this and support it. Yeah, so we want to encourage everybody in the community, be informed, get the facts, and even more importantly, bring that knowledge to March 9th voting down at the Sherb Gym, and we hope it will have a great turnout. People feel that they've been informed, and we really hope for a great support of this project so that we can bring Sunapee schools forward another 50 years. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Providing a child a good education in an adequate facility and paying for it is a challenge under any circumstance, but mixing in COVID-19 and an old building with an inadequate ventilation system gives us a pause. Please consider all these realities as you enter the polling booth next Tuesday in Sunapee. On a lighter note, when Yankee Chronicle returns, we'll be joined by Scott Blewett, Sunapee's Recreation Director. Let's now take a break for a few words from the businesses that make our show successful. It can only continue if you buy local and support the businesses that support us.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to have a highly trained H.R. Clough technician perform an annual maintenance and inspection of your gas or oil system to help you avoid a failure in the dead of winter. Call now to set up an appointment. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. H.R. Clough installs water conditioning systems to purify your water and add life to your hot water heating system. Now is the perfect time for one of our expert staff to evaluate your needs. For a free estimate, call H.R. Clough today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a La Valley Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Welcome back. I'm Abby Peel. Scott Blewett, the Recreation Director here in Sunapee, has a menu of activities over the next few months lined up for those young and old alike. Let's hear from him now.
Hi, I'm Scott Blewett, Sunapee Recreation Department here at beautiful Veterans Field Skating Rink. This rink has certainly been enjoyed by so many this winter. Hopefully we can get a few more weeks out of it. Depends on Mother Nature. For those that have borrowed skates, I hope you're enjoying them. Use them throughout the winter and return them back to the town office once we get into middle of March or so. The ice has been beautiful. Huge thanks to the Sunapee Highway Department for sweeping it off and plowing it off. It's been wonderful, so thank you all for coming to skate at Veterans Field. So we're currently taking registration for spring athletics. That includes baseball, softball, and t-ball. T-ball starts with preschool kids, 4 years old or so, and then once we get into baseball, rookie level is 1st and 2nd grade, minor is 3rd and 4th, and Major League Baseball is 5th and 6th grade, and then for softball, 3rd grade through 6th grade, and then It's open to everybody. Certainly you can go online to register at www.town.sunapee.nh.us. We also have some other programs like the Adult Easter Egg Hunt. That's going to be a fun for adults just to get out and search for adult eggs, open to 18 years old and older, and you can go online to register, and it'll be one of those events you can just show up as well. We'll also have a kids Easter hunt. That'll be a drive-by event. More details will be coming forward with that. We hope for an early spring. So one of the tasks that we're taking a lot more seriously now is to gather more information as to what we can do to accommodate the 55 and older population. We know that they're very active. They want to get out and do activities, both physical and passive recreation. So if you have any ideas of what you would like to see, help us develop what the rec department can be for the entire community. This summertime, we have some new programs, starting with our day camp program. This is an 8-week program for children ages 5 to 12, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, full of games, arts and crafts, time at the beach, time here at Veterans Field and at the local playgrounds, and just a great time for the summer for kids to be kids. We anticipate a full camp of 60 kids per week. Right now the space is getting limited, so sign up very quickly. We also have some junior summer adventure camps, which include learning how to fish, learning how to make forts in the woods, learning how to do archery, and disc golf as well. We also offer sailing lessons at Dewey Beach and swimming lessons at Dewey Beach. Again, all those programs you can register online at www.town.sunapee.nh.us. Follow us on Facebook. The Dewey Beach this year anticipates to be a COVID beach summer. We'll have precautions in place similar to last year, but we anticipate the beach will be open and everybody will be enjoying Lake Sunapee. So on March 9th, the Sunapee voters have the opportunity to expand greatly the offerings of the Recreation Department by making the Recreation Director a full-time position. This will be an additional 10 hours from what the norm has been, and that time is going to provide the Rec Department to expand what it can be offered for not only seniors, families and special events that happen in Sunapee, but also preschool families. It'll really expand the range of offerings to make it a more complete rec department. One of the programs that's already been added for this summer is the addition of a summer day camp. That program is going to allow another dozen employment opportunities for local kids to work as counselors for the camp, as well as providing a place for children to go, as their families are working, or if they're on vacation. So full-time recreation is an important aspect of a community. So I hope everybody has the opportunity to vote.
Thanks, Scott. Lots of stuff going on here, and maybe even more if the town approves a full-time position to oversee and grow community recreation activities for everyone. Next week, we'll be back here again. Ken Holmes, the project manager of the construction of the Newberry Fire Station, will give us a tour of the facility as they button it up and start working on the interior. Riverway manager Sue Mills will join me here to tell us about the Sunapee Harbor Riverway. And we'll close with our good friend Carly Bascom of the New England Healing Sports Association telling us about their COVID-friendly mileage challenge. Don't miss our live game of the week. Check our Facebook page for the game schedule. All our games replay on WYCX at 12 noon and 5 p.m. on Sunday and Mondays, or on demand anytime at ycnnow.com. Other programming on WYCX Outside Television includes original shows featuring the most exciting extreme sports, from rock climbing, biking, water sports, and of course skiing. I'm Abby Peel. Join me again here next week at the Lake Sunapee Protective Association. We'll see you soon.